Hey everyone, this is Brittany Sheilak. I am co-founder of the platform. Today I just wanted to touch base on something that I think is really important, and it's kind of been a topic of discussion among my peers and I and fellow business owners. So it's, what items do you need to consider when you're looking at hiring versus outsourcing? So I've compiled just kind of my 4 quick tips to consider. This is from my personal perspective, so no, not going to hold anyone to the fire. But the first tip, the first thing that you need to consider is going to be the actual work volume of this position. What that means is, how much work do you actually have for this role? Is there enough volume for them to need to be conquering tasks on a daily basis? Or is this a role that has measurables and key objectives that are better determined on a project based? So if that's the case, then you really want to consider just outsourcing initially and hiring for project-based work. The next thing that needs to be considered is the type of data and content that this individual or this role is going to be handling and dealing with. So if it's highly sensitive information, then that's something that you and your team or partners need to consider. Are you comfortable hiring a virtual assistant to handle this type of information, or does this need to be someone who you know can understand the confidentiality and be a core part of your team? The next tip, which sometimes people don't quite understand, is the time and value. So what I mean by saying that is, your time is valuable. So how much time do you intend on spending training a new hire? So just a quick little method for those of you who aren't exactly sure how valuable your time is. You can take the total amount you've earned. You can do that quarterly, monthly, whatever. So you take the total amount earned and divide it by the total time that has been spent. That will give you the value of your time. So example, if in quarter 1 you earn $15,000 and you spend 694 hours to earn that $15,000, the value of your time is $21.61 per hour. So that being said and understood, if you intend on spending 5 hours per week training this person and training this role, you would be spending $108 roughly weekly. So that is $108 in a weekly investment that you will be making in this person. So you really have to consider the return on your investment. Are you going to be, is it worth it? Is it worth your time, which is money? The last thing that I think some teams and companies tend to skip over is your company culture. So is your company culture, is this role one that needs to understand the visions and values behind your business and really understand how to communicate with your team? If that's the case, then it may be the best idea to have them present with you and kind of going through that hiring and training process so they can really understand in depth who you are as a team and what your culture is supposed to represent. So all of that being said, if some of the tasks that are typically really easily outsourced, some of the roles, so you're looking at SEO, a lot of marketing stuff, so can be content writing, anything really to do with social media is an easy task to outsource, and also, accounting and bookkeeping. So those are some roles to consider that, really don't necessarily handle confidential information. They don't have to know a lot about your culture or be a part of it. But the great thing is that if you do go, say you go to the platform and you have your user profile and you're creating these SEO tasks for a student or freelancer to pick up, if you have a fantastic connection with them and you work really well together and they just seem to get you and they're producing fantastic results, you can consider making a full-time hire, hiring them. And it's kind of a cheat way, but it's the best way to test out your investment prior to, completely diving in. It also helps that person understand what it is you're looking for in a position and a role before you make that full-time hire. So I just wanted to give my quick tips on that, just to hopefully, you can use them to address when you're considering outsourcing, and it'll help you understand a little bit more what the product, the platform is here for. We will be continuing with our Know Your Smart series over the next coming weeks. So the goal there is that we will be going to local companies and businesses here in the BCS area, College Station, surrounding Texas A&M University, and really getting to know these local businesses and their teams, and discovering what their team's smarts are. So each person on the team, it's really important to understand that, so that that's part of that company's culture. So if there is a local company that you want to recommend, please comment here. Or if you are a local company and you want to invite us to come and chat with you and meet with your team, please comment here. Also, there's always time to post what your smart is. We would love to hear it. So just use the hashtag #KnowYourSmart. So look forward to chatting with everyone, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day and a great weekend.